Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American brews and tunes. Shibbity beeby dow.
Skate!
Skate.
We all tried it as kids, some longer than others. I stopped whenever I tried to go down the driveway, fell, and landed on my tailbone.
I don't know if I just didn't really have a sudden stop. I just kind of
Drifted away.
out. Yeah, I still have my
fizzled out.
skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I ride it around the garage from time to time.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Never out in the street anymore.
Yeah. This is American Brews and Tunes.
Yeah.
My name is Stephen Johnston.
My name is Jesse Titus.
We've got a fun little episode here today.
Yeah, we do.
I would say so.
I think it's going to be a fun episode.
I think so too. We're going to be talking about the soundtrack from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yes,
The first
original
game.
original one.
None of that business that came afterwards.
Yeah.
There was games aplenty.
This is well timed because they just released, re-released, or remastered Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah,
And they just released them.
Yeah, I think is it for Xbox and PlayStation only? It looks like.
I think so.
I want to get it, but I only have the Switch. So
Yeah.
SOL.
Yep, you might be SOL this time.
I saw videos of some of the gameplay, and it looks
It
pretty
looks
good.
a lot better.
Yeah,
It looks really good.
updated graphics. I think they added some new songs, but we're not going to be talking about that. We're talking about
did add some new songs.
talking about the old songs.
Whenever I was first looking for the original songs, I just played the thing from the new soundtrack, and I was like, I don't recognize any of these songs.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that this was not on the original.
Yeah.
And they've got songs from this, because they've got songs from the first game, songs from the second game, and then additional songs in
Yeah,
general.
like new songs in general, yeah.
Which makes sense if they're going to redo it, why not?
Yeah.
But before we get into that skate shenanigans music business, let's get into the brew business. shall
Sounds
we?
good.
We're going to be trying a beer from Revolution Brewing,
Revolution Brewing Company.
a Midwestern brewery from
Yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, they're from Chicago?
Chicago.
Down
What's another
on Kedzie Avenue.
What's another thing that Chicagoans say?
Um,
All right, there, Bob.
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs. I could just think of
Yeah, Bears.
the Chris Farley thing when they're all on SNL and they're like, he's like, I'm gonna take another Polish sausage there while the Bulls are on the TV.
Yeah, another Polish sausage.
Here comes Coach Ditka.
Yep.
And he has another. He has a heart attack every episode. And like, how many heart attacks is that? Bobby's like, Dad makes a baker's dozen. It's so dumb, but I love that.
13.
I love
Isn't
that
that a
sketch.
baker's dozen?
Yeah. What a strange.
But anyway, the beer that we're having from Revolution Brewing is the Anti-Hero.
Yeah, we've got a little descriptor here from Untapped if we would like to go ahead and
Let's do it up, man.
ship it, you know. Here's what they say. Our flagship IPA is supremely aromatic, crisp, and drinkable. This iconic ale features a blend of Warrior, Chinook, or Chinook, I never knew how to pronounce that, Centennial, and Amarillo to create a crisp, clean bitterness and impart massive floral and citrus aromas. An American hop assault for the ambivalent warriors who get the girl in the end. And then here's a little quotation for the very end where it says, "Look, I ain't in it for your revolution, and I'm not in it for you, princess." I don't know if that's from a movie or something.
It has to be from a movie, right?
Because they put it in quotation marks.
Wait,
It's
isn't
got
that from... I was about to say Mario, but it's not from Mario.
I don't think it is.
Is it from a Disney movie?
I don't know. It's definitely, I don't know.
I don't know.
I can only confidently say it's not from Mario.
Yeah, but we got it in a can, so we're going to open it up here.
Yeah, go split skis.
Please, not
Yeah,
perfect.
it's got a kind of fun little artwork on there. It's got what looks like a communist leader or dictator.
Yeah.
Or fascist, I would say, because it looks
Yeah.
like when they've got those fascist regimes where the military is kind of
Oh, I can already smell it. Yeah.
what do you call it? And it's got the leader in there, but instead of a face, he's got a hot flower
Yep.
and an eye patch, and their logo kind of around is like a fist, like a revolution fist, saying fight the hop dictator. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what they're going for, but I like it at the same time. Interesting logo. Pretty cool. Contradictory.
Yeah,
who knows? But what do we see about this? It looks like it's pretty clear.
It looks pretty good. Yeah, it's real clear.
Nice amber.
Probably closer to a West Coast style
strong.
IPA.
It smells really, really good.
It's very aromatic.
We've said it before when a beer kind of smells like a hot pellet. It's almost in that vein, but it smells really clean.
Does. Yeah, it smells real clean.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's got a nice little head on it.
Good
looking beer. Shall we give it a try?
Let's give it a try.
As you always say in American Brews and Tunes, down the revolution hatch. Well, I'd say the descriptor of American IPA is pretty good. If they would have said West Coast,
it's not really a West Coast. It's
not as aggressive as a West Coast,
no,
but it's fairly pungent on the hops.
Yeah,
more clean, less in your face.
Yeah, it's not as piney as a West Coast IPA.
Yeah, it's really good though.
It's good though.
It's crisp and clean. Definitely hop presence. I like this.
A lot of hop presence. Tastes very good.
Yeah, for a big IPA, and I think it said in the description, very drinkable. I could have like a 19-ounce can of this, or if it was available.
Yeah.
Delicious. I'm excited to enjoy this.
Later in the episode, we'll try the hazy version.
Yes, believe it or not, they have a hazy anti-hero or hazy hero, whatever it's called.
I think it's called a hazy anti-hero.
Yeah. Hazy anti-hero.
Hazy anti-hero. Anyway,
we'll let you know if the beer flavor profile changes as it warms up. Otherwise, let's delve into Tony Hawk Pro Skater, shall we?
Yeah. Now, whenever I first started playing this game for the N64, I hadn't really heard music like this at pretty much at all. Because I mean, if the game came out in '99, I was still in like third grade or second grade.
We'd have been 8 years old at the time.
Yeah.
It was released in '99, but it didn't come out for the N64 until 2000. So it was about a half year afterwards.
Right.
I had played it on the PlayStation before. I had cousins and friends who had PlayStations.
Oh, okay.
The very first PlayStation. And I do remember it because I think that one was rated T. It had blood in it.
Oh yeah, I remember that it did.
Which
have blood
they
in
did
it.
not put on the Nintendo 64 one.
True,
so if your character wipes out, or as the youth say, eats it.
If
you're riding down a big old skate slope, half pipe, and you
ate it.
When the character fell and hit the road or whatever you're riding on, blood would kind of go everywhere.
Yeah,
and you go, oh. Yeah. And they did not do that for Nintendo because Nintendo's typically a more family friendly.
Typically more
system.
family friendly. The Switch is kind of getting away from that a little bit. They're allowing more like M-rated games on the Switch.
There's a couple M-rated games for N64
and for GameCube.
Perfect Dark.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one.
A couple other ones.
I didn't play that game too much.
I have it still, and I don't go back to it.
Really?
Yeah. Once GoldenEye came out, I think that kind of took over.
Yeah, it definitely did.
But yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I mean, I guess just the basic outline, it is a skateboarding video game, if you are unaware.
Yeah.
Not the first one, but definitely the most famous one.
Mm-hmm.
What
was before it?
I can't remember the names, but there was, I think, 2 different ones made by Activision.
Oh, okay.
The company that did Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And they were developing another game, and they, at some point in time in production, figured out that they need the image of a professional skateboarder, like as their spokesman or whatever. So they went to Tony Hawk. He was pretty famous from the 900. That was
which was a pretty big deal whenever he first landed it.
How many spins is 900? Degree?
7?
I don't know. 7 half rotations?
Well,
it was like
540. 360 is 1 full rotation, right?
Yeah.
So 900 is
a lot of rotations.
I think it's 5.5 or 7.5. Isn't it 545?
I don't know.
Or is that 3? I think 540 is 3.5, right?
This is getting into too much math.
Doesn't matter.
He did a trick called the 900 where he did a bunch of spins while he was in the air.
Yeah.
And made him famous because no one else had done it before then.
Since a lot of people have done it. But
he was the first.
But he broke some grounds that day.
So they approached him and asked him to do it. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. I was perusing the Wikipedia page, and they were looking to make more games going forward, and I think they wanted to just purchase the likeness of his name to use
Oh, really?
forevermore, and he would get some kind of royalty for every copy sold. But he didn't do that, and I don't know what deal he eventually reached. Like he would get on some other like he owned the licensing, I suppose.
He would get something from it.
Yeah. And they said in 2 years he made tenfold what the deal would have been.
Oh, you mean
With the original deal that they offered him.
Oh, so dang.
He did it pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really popular game series.
Yeah. It still is.
Still is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it other than it being a fun game in general, it really shaped culture.
Yeah.
The youth culture at the time. What was that? Like is that Gen X?
I don't know.
Whatever that.
Isn't that what we are?
Yeah. Like the latchkey kids sitting at home playing video games.
Yeah.
This popularized skateboarding. I mean,
Yeah.
there was some music videos, like Green Day was popular at the time. Some of the Offspring. So like kind of pop punk was a little was getting pretty popular. Mm-hmm. But skateboarding wasn't 100% as popular as it got until this game came out.
Yeah, definitely.
And along with that, they put skate music in it, like skate punk, punk rock, some hardcore stuff, and that helped put some of that to the mainstream as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I watched a video with Tony Hawk say how he was saying like before the game came out, like skating wasn't like a thing that people generally did.
Yeah. I mean, unless you were a professional or lived
like
in California.
Yeah, it was like a niche thing that only certain people were doing.
Yeah.
But then after this game, it just kind of went crazy.
It reminds me of the, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie or know about it, The Lords of Dogtown.
Yeah,
Like
I've heard of it,
the
yeah.
skateboarders, and I think it was like the 70s or 80s in California, like the long hair kids that helped popularize it. But they were the outcasts.
Yeah.
After Tony Hawk, it was everybody's skateboard. It was the cool thing.
Yeah.
There was suddenly every town in America had a skate shop.
Yeah, and it had a skate park as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Even my hometown in Cottage Grove had a skate park.
We had a couple in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. I'm
I
sure
was always too nervous to go and skate. I was like, what if I fall?
I went to a skate park once and I fell a ton. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I made it down a half pipe once, but I forgot that it goes up on the other side, and I fell as soon as I got over there. Whoops.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I skateboarded after this. I bought a skateboard. I thought it was awesome. But most importantly, I started listening to skate punk and punk music.
For sure, yeah.
This opened up a floodgate for me. All around, as I think it did for a lot of people. A lot of the other releases continued on that trend. And since then, they've included bands like Lagwagon, NoFX, Bad Religion, Bouncing Souls, Less Than Jake and the Offspring. All bands that I think we've covered on this podcast in one shape or another.
Definitely.
But we're not going to be touching on those, just on Tony Hawk.
Just on the first game.
The first one.
Yep.
So I'm just going to read a quick track listing just to say the
Okay,
titles. Yeah. There was 3 other songs that were in, it said online the PAL version. I think that was like the PlayStation version, maybe. I don't know. So I don't know what those are, so I'm not going to read them. Okay. If you're upset by that, sorry. So these are in alphabetical order because that is where I found them.
Okay.
Dead Kennedys, Police Truck, The Ernies, Here and Now, Even Rude, Vilified. I should say the band. I'm saying band names first. Yeah. Goldfinger's song Superman. Next is Primus with Jerry Was a Race Car Driver. Then a band called Speed Dealer. And they had 2 songs kind of morphed into one. One was called Screamer and one was Nothing to Me. Another band was Suicidal Tendencies with Psychovision. Then there's the Suicide Machines with New Girl. Some band called Unsane, which is the title of a movie that came out recently, which looked interesting, but I didn't see.
Unsane.
But this one, the song is called Committed.
Committed.
Yes. Which makes sense. And the last song is called Eurobarge by the Vandals.
Ah, yes, the Vandals.
Yes. Great band.
Yeah, pretty solid track listing.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's a pretty stacked, just like every Tony Hawk game to come, stacked track listings.
Yeah, for sure. Probably a wise decision on the makers of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was my top played game on N64.
Yeah.
Either this or Mario 64.
Which one of the 64s.
Yeah. I read somewhere, probably Wikipedia, because I always read Wikipedia, that the one of the objectives in Tony Hawk Pro Skate, where you have to get the SKATE, is a direct ripoff of the red coins in Mario 64.
Direct inspiration.
Inspiration, yes.
Well, you use that instead of ripoff.
Yeah.
But,
I can't remember, though. Did you have to... It didn't matter what order you got the letters in, right?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't like Donkey Kong, where you have to get, like, the D is first, or the K is first, then O, then G in the level.
Yeah.
Because in Tony Hawk, you can go wherever you want in the little map.
Yeah. It's
little
free.
skate park they built for you.
It's free. There's little secret things. You get the videotapes.
Yeah, all the videotapes.
You can unlock people's special moves.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Did you like level up skaters in that game?
I can't remember if you like up to their stats or what happened.
Man, I forgot a lot about that game. That game was awesome.
It was, every skater though had different moves.
Yeah, they had like different special moves.
There was always like consistent moves between them, like the different grabs or flips or grinds, whatever. But they had different special moves. It was just awesome kind of learning those.
Who was in that game? Which skaters? What was it? It was Tony Hawk, Rodney Mullen.
Rodney Mullins was on there. Chad Muska,
right?
Eric Costa, I think he was on there. Or was he in a later game?
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, before we get into this, into the our favorite songs.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try the, whatever you call it, the Revolution Hazy Hero.
Hazy anti-hero.
Yeah. So let's get that already.
Sounds like a plan.
So let me crack open this Hazy Hero.
Ooh.
I can already smell...
You can already smell the haziness?
The juiciness.
Nice.
I wouldn't say that it smells like our local brewery, Bearded Iris.
But you can definitely smell the similarities.
Yeah, just the
juiciness.
Like a hazy New England style IPAs have a smell about them.
They do have a general smell about them.
Whatever makes them creamy or juicy is all.
Oh yeah, it smells like citrus and cream.
Creme de la creme.
It smells like if you had orange yogurt. Just kidding. It doesn't smell like that.
That would be kind of funky in a beer. But here's the description that it says on Untappd. Gaze into the mist.
Gaze into the mist.
And discover the transcendental supremacy of American hops in Revolution's newest hazy IPA.
Nice.
A smooth, velvety body sets the stage for big fruit-forward flavor and refreshing finish.
Nice.
That sounds like a good descriptor to me.
This body better be velvety or I'll be mad. Need to get my money back.
It's definitely hazy. And looking at this compared to the regular anti-hero, I cannot see through the glass.
Cannot see through this at all. It looks pretty good.
It's got that sweet smell to it, whereas it's less. You get a hop smell, but it's more of a fruity, sweet citrus smell in addition.
Yeah, and it smells a little bit less dense than Bearded Iris.
Yeah, I'd say.
Like whenever you smell a Bearded Iris beer, you're like, whoa, that smells pretty dense.
Yes.
I know it sounds kind of weird that I'm saying that it smells dense, but if you smelled them side by side, I think you'd realize what I was getting at.
Yeah, I think so. It's a more of a olfactory thing.
More full smell?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about half the time.
Let's give this a cheer and see what it tastes like for
Let's do it.
Some tasty notes. As we always say on American Brews and Tunes. Down the Hazy Hero hatch. It is way less aggressive than I know I had said that the anti-hero isn't aggressive when compared to a West Coast IPA.
Yeah, this is even less aggressive.
But this makes the anti-hero taste like a West Coast IPA.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely does.
Aggressiveness-wise.
Yeah,
but yeah, this
one's really creamy.
Yeah, creamy's good. It's
really good. It definitely has like an orange creamsicle type taste coming from it.
It's not like overt on the nose, but when you think about orange creamsicle, it's there.
It's not overly aggressive, the flavor either. It's very well balanced.
It's like
just a
the
slight
aftertaste. I get that nice orange citrusness, but there is a vanilla aspect to it. Mm-hmm. Maybe they use lactose. I don't know, but it's very, very tasty. It tastes
really good.
Yeah. Shall we get into some of the favorite songs on here?
Yeah, we shall.
Yeah. And though they're not on my favorite list, this was the first time I know I've heard them, and I'm pretty sure that you've heard Primus.
Yes, it was definitely the first time that I heard Primus.
Yeah, with the song "Jerry Was a Race Car Driver." It's
Just a
such a
super
strange
interesting song in general. Just like the way that he plays the bass in the song.
Yeah, on this song, it's he taps on the bass like finger taps, like
Yeah.
and it's hard to imagine that until you hear it.
Yeah, whenever I first heard the song, I was like, that kind of sounds like a organ keyboard type instrument.
Yeah, he doesn't play
But
it like
it's
a
definitely he's definitely playing it on the bass though.
Les Claypool is the front man and bass player of Primus. They've been featured on some other video games. It was either Guitar Hero or Rock Band. I don't know which one, but John the Fisherman was on there. Pretty interesting and very different band. I was
Definitely.
kind of surprised they're on here, but
Hey,
they picked it for a reason.
I enjoyed the song.
I do too.
Jerry was a race car driver.
I'm gonna move into my honorable mention because
I
I only picked 3 songs. So.
Yeah, I didn't pick too many. There are some pretty obvious ones that I very much like.
Yeah, same here. My honorable mention is Psychovision by Suicidal Tendencies.
Okay.
It's kind of like a hardcore song, like kind of that post-hardcore, like that aggressive, like not fast song. But then it turns into a super fast skate punk song. Like they really change up the rhythms on this song. Yeah, and it's really cool how they kind of flip flop back and forth.
That's one of the ones that I would recommend.
Yeah, it's really good. I love the sound of the drums on this album too. The snare's super tight. He goes light speed. And fun fact, though he doesn't play bass on this song, Thundercat used to play with this band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of his earlier groups. Yeah,
huh.
I think he was on the album after this one.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Thundercat.
If you ever listen to any other songs by Suicidal Tendencies, there's a lot of really cool bass work. A lot of slapping and popping and
like whenever
things.
whenever Thundercat was in the band, that's when that kind of came out.
I was already in it before, so I think that's he came in on the I think on board after this album. So my guess is their bass player left and they needed someone who could do that.
Who was similar.
Yeah. And
gotcha.
Thundercat can definitely do that. He's a fantastic bass player.
He is, yeah.
This is not his style. Good. I mean, he probably likes it.
Yeah.
But compared to what he does for his solo releases, very different.
Yeah, very, very different.
What I picked for my third favorite on here is Eurobarge by the Vandals.
Nice.
It's just a really fun song, but it's also, I don't want to say technical, but there is a weird, like there's a part in here where in the measures there's a beat missing from a couple bars, and it's I think I read somewhere that the Vandals don't even play this live because they can't.
Because they can't.
Yeah, but if you're listening to it, you might not notice. You just might know that it sounds cool for some weird reason. I think that adds to it. But it's fast, it's loud, it's aggressive, and it's funny.
Yeah.
I know you reviewed the album Hitler Bad, Vandals Good, which has this on it.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
So you know their sense of humor.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the first time I ever heard the Vandals.
Same.
Hands down. I loved this song, so I bought the CD when I was old enough to figure out what CD it was, what band it was.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, this wasn't like MTV. A song didn't pop up on Tony Hawk and it would say underneath what the band was, what the song title was. Yeah. It would just play.
It would just play, yep.
No way to find it. So if I wanted to find out, I would have to memorize as many lyrics as I could and go back to, I don't even know if I used Google back then. I probably used Ask Jeeves or
Yep.
Yahoo was a big one.
Yeah, Yahoo was a very big one.
Dogpile was there was all kind of weird search engines that have kind of whittled away. So I used whatever search engine of the day that I could, and I remembered whatever lyrics I remembered. I'd type in and then you hit the word lyrics afterwards and hope that you find it.
Yep.
Because you're not guaranteed to. There wasn't all these lyric sites that there are today.
Yeah, right. There wasn't Lyric Genius to just have every single lyric to every single song.
You can't use Shazam. Yeah, it's just you had to know it or find a way to guess or find someone who knows it. That was my number 3. My number 2 is Superman by Goldfinger.
Yep, that's definitely one of mine as well.
I probably would say that this is the most famous song on the soundtrack.
I think so too, yeah.
This song, everybody who knows Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, knows this song.
Yeah, for sure.
Hands down. They already had some success from their previous album. They had a hit song called Here in Your Bedroom. It's a really cool song, but they didn't have mainstream success until somebody decided to put this on Tony Hawk's soundtrack.
Right, yeah. I wonder who decided what songs to put on.
I don't know, maybe it's Tony Hawk, or maybe his group of friends. Because skaters, if you ever watch skateboard videos from even the 90s, from like skate companies or skaters themselves, the soundtrack was always skate punk music, like this style, but that wasn't a mainstream thing yet, really. But Superman Goldfinger was a ska song. There's not really like too much in the way of punk. There's no real fast beats like in the way that Psychovision or Eurobarge had. There's horns and clean guitars and big rhythms and great melody. But it's a really, really catchy song. Yeah. My dad even knows this song because I played this game so much. Really? He's like, I like that song. So I don't know if he knows too much of anything else Goldfinger's done, but he knows Superman because Tony Hawk. I mean,
honestly, like if you asked me to name another Goldfinger song, I don't. If you ask me right now, I wouldn't know because I'm just thinking about Superman.
But you probably know a couple more.
I think I would know a couple more, but
I delved into their catalog just because I was a big fan of Superman and I bought some of their albums. But you probably have heard the song Here in Your Bedroom. They did a really cool cover of 99 Red Balloons.
Oh, yep. 99 Luftballons.
And they have a real popular song called Spokesman, which I think was on a different Tony Hawk game.
I don't recognize that name.
But most recently, their guitar player and singer, John Feldman, has been in a producing game.
Yep.
Producing some of the best bands in the world. Or at least the only best band in the world, Blink-182.
Oh, Blink-182, yeah.
I can't believe Blink-182 wasn't on the soundtrack.
How could they?
Well, Enema of the State came out in 99, so it would have
been a little bit late.
Yeah, just a little off timing-wise, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And my favorite song on Tony Hawk Pro Skater #1, based on what I've said so far, I'm sure you can guess it.
Maybe.
What would you guess?
New Girl?
Yep.
Yeah.
New Girl. Not the TV show.
Not the TV show.
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
New Girl.
It's Jesse Titus.
The Suicide Machines.
Yeah. The song New Girl.
Yes. I love this song.
It's a fantastic song.
Since I've been listening to it for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Or so. Yeah. It's not the first Suicide Machines song I've heard, though. You didn't have Disney Channel growing up, did you?
No, we didn't have any cable or anything like that.
So you weren't privy to the Disney Channel original movie wave that was in like the mid to late 90s or early 2000s.
Like Lizzie McGuire movie and stuff like that.
Phantom of the Megaplex.
What?
Don't Look Under the Bed.
No, I don't
all
know.
kind of the 13th Year.
I don't know any of these.
That one did not age well. But what,
did some of them age well?
No.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure none of them would age well.
But if you have watched them, it's a real nostalgia trip.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The movie Brink, however, was one of my favorite ones. It had Eric Von Detten. He was also in the movie Christmas Every Day or something like that.
Who's that?
Eric Von Detten. He was an actor. He
was
in a lot of Disney stuff.
Was he a Disney Channel actor?
He was also in Princess Diaries. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I liked that movie.
He was the cool guy who she wanted to date at first. But then he wasn't the right guy, obviously.
Anne Hathaway.
She's
the Princess of Geneva.
Genovia,
I mean.
Genovia. This song's from Canada. But anyways, the movie Brink was a Disney Channel original movie where they were inline skaters. They did soul skating. But I love that movie. I wanted to be a roller skater after that.
That sounds like a classic Disney Channel type storyline.
It was a good one, but I think it's twice in the movie you hear the Suicide Machine song called "Give."
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. You might or might not know it.
I might know it.
It's a really catchy song. But that was the first one I fell in love with. Second would have been this one, which is New Girl. Very different because "Give" is mainly just a ska song. This one's got ska and punk.
Yeah.
So it comes in super fast with the heavy guitars. It's major sounding. And then the verse comes in and it's all clean guitars.
Yeah.
And that fast syncopated percussion. I think the drums are what shines through the most for me on this.
I would agree there.
Because I think I like to play drums to songs if I ever can.
Yeah.
I could not play this song.
It'd be pretty tough.
Weird hits on the rim shots, whatever you call them. Just all kind of weird stuff, and it's really fast. It's really very tight, Very tight song.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think the verses are catchy. I think the chorus is catchy. I think it's a really, really good song all around.
So we shared two of the same ones.
Oh, so you have one that's not in common.
Well, I guess I should say we shared three of the same ones.
Because what was your mention?
What was your honorable mention was
Suicidal Tendencies.
Okay, see, that's one that I would recommend.
Fair enough.
The one that we didn't share is I also really liked Here and Now from the Ernies.
Oh, okay.
Just because it was much different than everything else.
A lot kind of slower.
It was slower, and then the choruses were really kind of melodic, like the Here and Now.
Interesting. I would have guessed that one, but it's a really different sounding song.
Yeah,
But it's a good one.
Yeah,
the Ernies.
Ernies.
I've never looked into them.
Never looked into anything else from them either.
I kind of based my picks on who I looked into, like what influenced me.
I got you.
Literally since then, I've gotten albums from Suicide Machines, Goldfinger, The Vandals, and Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah.
The only difference is Suicidal Tendencies, I only got the album that has Psychovision.
Oh,
for all the other groups, I've bought albums
further more than
older and newer ones.
Yeah.
So I've delved into their catalog more.
I mean, you made good choices.
I thought so. I think they're all good choices because I don't think there's anything I dislike on the soundtrack.
Definitely.
I do remember later on in the Tony Hawk, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but there's one where they eventually introduce sketching when you can like ride on the back of
sketching on the back of like vehicles.
Yeah, and there's one level where you can sketch on a rhino or a hippo at the zoo. It's so goofy. But what makes it tough to hold on is he poops while you're riding on it. You gotta avoid them. But I think on that game, TNT by AC/DC was on. It's like, oh yeah,
really
AC/DC. Oh, but I was deep into my skate punk phase by the time Tony Hawk Underground came out.
Oh yeah, what was that one for? Was that for the GameCube or the?
I had that on GameCube.
Okay,
but definitely on PlayStation. Also, one of the PlayStations.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 probably.
For some reason, there must have been some licensing agreement with the band Kiss. I mean, classic Gene Simmons. But the band actually, one of the levels is at a Kiss concert, and the band plays.
Oh.
And it's a whole bunch of Kiss songs the whole time, which is kind of strange, but
it was
weird. Fun at the same time. Like, because you could grind on the all the rigging like and the scaffolding.
Stage.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played Tony Hawk Underground.
It's kind of a fun one. NoFX's Separation of Church and Skate was on there.
Oh, okay, yep. It
was one of my earlier introductions to NoFX. I was happy with that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Overall, good game, good music, and I might pick up the remake. We'll see.
I'd like to if it comes up for the Switch. I have no way to play it. You can play it for Xbox, right?
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I'll pick it up.
Pick it up so I can play it.
I have too many games to play right now. I started playing a game last night with Josh called Among Us.
Never heard of it.
It's pretty fun. Did you ever play a game as a kid called Mafia?
Like, you mean in real life, not a video game?
Yeah, not a video game, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Okay. Where there are killers, or they call them imposters, and you're on a spaceship, and you're like these just like little cartoon characters. And you go around, if you're part of the crew and not one of the imposters, you go around doing your tasks, like fixing things on the ship, and then the killer just tries to kill everybody, or the killers try to kill everybody. And then
you rotate who's the killers and who's doing their tasks or whatever?
Okay, cool. Whenever someone spots a dead body, a meeting is called, and then you discuss who you want to vote off the ship. It's pretty fun.
It sounds like a fun game.
But anyway.
Mafia's really fun.
Yeah, I remember playing that a lot.
Yeah. I just got the new Mario 3-pack. I don't know what you want to call it for the Switch, where it's Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy.
Yes. All good games.
I've got Mario 64 on the N64. I've got Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, but I never played Galaxy.
Never played Galaxy.
I'm going to play my way through that just
I did play that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Some of the level design's pretty interesting.
Because you're on like little planets that you can walk around.
Yeah, it's all 3D.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
It is pretty interesting.
I liked Mario Odyssey for the Switch.
Yeah, that was really fun.
A little too easy, I thought.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind. Once you get into the post
The post game
after
is
you
kind of
finish the actual story, there's some post game stuff
that's pretty tough.
actually gets really tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one where it's a super long level. Like I think you go to like the second moon, like a moon.
Yeah.
And you have to like climb this castle, and you are able to play this game. It's really long, and you only get one life, and there's no checkpoints.
Isn't there one where you have to like fight a bunch of bosses in a tower,
I think so.
and you only have one life?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty tough as well.
I did them all just for completion's sake, but it was tough.
Yeah.
Wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
But was it a waste of time if I enjoyed it? You decide.
Exactly. That's the big question.
Yeah.
It's a big question about life, Steve.
Life's short, so wasted doing things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Like review music and drink beer.
Yeah.
Out.
And if you want to use your time listening, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. But if you also want to use your time giving us recommendations of things to review, or giving us constructive criticism or comment, or even just hate. We haven't got any hate, but I'd like to see at least one. Hit us up on any of the social medias, American Brews and Tunes.
Yeah. And if you like what you're hearing, feel free to share it with someone else who might also like it.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah. Because that's what we're here to do, have fun.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this beer, Jesse, as it warmed up a little?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think, both of these beers are really good. It's nice having them back to back.
Yeah.
So you can kind of
get an idea
good comparison. It depends what you're
in the mood for,
what you're
pretty
in the mood
much.
for. I think, like, if I was sitting outside, I would prefer the Hazy Hero.
Yeah, definitely.
But if I'm eating a burger, I would prefer the Anti-Hero.
I agree with you.
Yeah. But I mean,
if it's
also
if it's like a fall day though, and well, in Tennessee, fall days only last for like half a month.
Yeah, fall's
But
strange.
But if it's like fall or winter, I would definitely prefer the regular Anti-Hero outside, because I feel like that'd be nicer to drink in the colder weather.
Yeah, agreed. But in all honesty, if I am drinking either of these, I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely.
I would seek both of these out and get them again.
Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make a trip to Chicago, Revolution Brewing.
Maybe.
Get a baker's dozen there.
Maybe.
Before we finish this, looking forward to next week.
Yes.
We are going to be delving into the world of hip hop or rap or any of that subgenres.
Yes.
Because I think
the genre that we're probably least fluent in, if you want to use that terminology.
yeah, the album that I know you are recommending was the winner of the Urban Music Award. And he was not happy with that label.
Yeah.
I loved that interview.
I didn't even see that interview.
And he's like, why can't we just call it pop music? It's popular. Urban has connotations.
Yeah, urban
to
definitely
it.
has connotations to it.
But anyways, let's say what I'm going to recommend for you to review and vice versa.
Okay, yeah. Well, you're going to be listening to Tyler, the Creator's album. I believe he pronounces it Igor.
I think you're right. If it's not Igor, it's Igor, but there's an
I think
I
it
on
might be
so-
Igor. And I'm listening through the songs in my head now, and there's one line where he says, "Hey, bitch, I'm Igor." So
maybe it's Igor.
I think it might be Igor
Okay.
or Igor, however you say it.
Either or.
Just like that Young Frankenstein movie.
It's pronounced
Frankenstein. Igor.
Igor.
It's pronounced Igor.
Frau Blucher. That's such a good movie.
It's so funny.
I gotta rewatch that. I love Mel Brooks. But I'll listen to that. And what I'm gonna recommend for you is an album called "Because the Internet" by Childish Gambino.
All right.
And that's gonna be, I think, a lot to digest
Okay.
because there was a big multi-medium release.
Really?
So I'm gonna just tell you this up front so you're aware.
Okay. It's probably a good thing.
He had put out a short film, I believe it's 20 minutes long, called, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but if you look into it, you'll find it immediately. It's a short film starring Donald Glover and a couple other famous people. And it's kind of seemingly random, but it flows into the next thing, which is the screenplay that he wrote.
Okay.
There's a screenplay that follows around a character named The Boy, who Donald Glover is playing.
Okay.
And he's the son of Rick Ross, the boss, rapper, very famous rapper. So he's super affluent. And in the screenplay, there's cues like it says play track 1 here, play something here. So
interesting.
and then the album, which comes in.
So the album is kind of like the soundtrack to the screenplay.
And the album is a concept album.
Okay.
So it does have an overarching story. It's going to take a bit of research, I think, for you to nail it down. Some people think it's too much and it's not good. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I like when people do endeavors like this. It's a lot to digest and kind of sit in and work through.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool. And once you kind of go through all of it, it's really cool. And on their own, like the short film, the screenplay, and the album don't make 100% sense. But together, I think it helps.
Okay, they make more sense together.
And also, Lyric Genius annotations help a lot.
Okay, gotcha.
When you go on Lyric Genius,
that'll definitely help a lot for this one.
I think there's quotes from Donald Glover on there, but the producer, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he did the music for the show Community, and he's worked with Donald Glover a ton.
Yeah.
He's got things where he went on Genius and type things.
Oh, okay. So because Donald Glover is in Community, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And for all of you listeners, Donald Glover is the legal name. His stage name is Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
He got that out of a Wu-Tang Clan name generator online.
Really?
Yeah. I think he typed in his info or whatever, and then it generated
spat out
Childish
that name.
Gambino.
And he was like, "All right,
yeah,
that's pretty funny."
But it's a cool album.
Nice.
It's got a wide variety, I think, song-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too familiar with Tyler, the Creator. I know some of the songs he was a feature on. Like he's on a couple Mac Miller songs.
Yeah.
And he's got a really interesting voice.
He's interesting, yeah. I really like his voice.
And I saw at the Grammys he performed Earthquake.
Earthquake, yeah.
That was a crazy looking set, and the song was very different from what I expected.
Yeah.
So I'm
curious. It's a very different sound. Like on that album, there's a mashup of a bunch of different genres. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I know it was very well received by critics, so let's see if I review it well.
Us, the music professionals.
Yes. Anyways, let's finish these beers and sign off.
All right, sounds good, man.
As we always say on American Brews and Tunes,
shibbity-boo-doo!
Down the about to review hip-hop hatch. Delicioso, or as some would say, delicious.
Ah, delicious.
Once again, my name is Steven Johnson.
And my name is Jesse Titus.
Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity-beeby-da!